suffered enough plunder, enough rape. Fear not.
We've not got no need for your help.
Have no fear, good man. Our labors shall be done quickly. The prowlers to be banished for good.
Milton, look.
Geralt!
In the flesh.
Hail, Witcher! Let us go inside and greet you as befits an old friend.
And you, fear not. We shall put an end to the rule of outlaws, soon.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyran and Palmerin de Launfal. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison had left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern.
So, plan to go out?
Palmerin wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition.
Doesn't happen in these lands.
If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on...
Excellent. Then we've but to wait.
They's a coming!
Hear that? Your bandits have arrived.
Let us go out to greet them.
Hark! Contemptible curs!
He mean us?
I, Palmerin de Launfal, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Regular Punch and Judy here.
To prey upon commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
Right good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now, fuck off or we lose our patience and you lose something else.
Nay, wait, Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity-like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says.
Or what?
Or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint. And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
There's 3 of them. 2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some wench sent them. Folk will say we's afeard of wenches and jesters.
Ooh, insulted the Duchess. Not good.
Indeed, we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the Heron you will pay with your own blood! By the crane, villains, ready your arms!
Come on!
What to say?
What's to work?
Not bad.
Why do they not emerge? It is over. We have banished the scoundrels, lifted oppression's yoke from their lives.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
It is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted. It is time to go home.
And we shall, my friend. Come, Geralt. It's time we delivered our message.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
Is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses. The bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Anyone tried to hunt it? Knights Errant, for example?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting, wait.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps.
An experienced tracker. This is what we need.
Beast wields black magic?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window, then heard desperate cries from the street.
The second killing, similar. A knight in a locked room. Servants all about the house.
We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect. But of this beast, nothing is known, save that it cannot be traced, kills
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract? Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Then post haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint!
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
You will find Beauclair's changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron!
Monster!
beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay... Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience back...
None. In Toussaint we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again.
The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, secure.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth, then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the Tourney grounds.
Such good fortune you found us.
Brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmarin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Drink! Give me a drink!
Come on.
It matters not that the man
Can't get used to the way you knights talk. Especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
Hey-ya! Whoa there, Roach.
No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything. Got guests. Careful. working. Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Footprints. See them? And a rut made by the hull of a boat. Left recently, I'd say. Nets were attached here. Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Junk, notice any down there, Stinger?
Alas, nothing.
Footprints. See them? And a rut made by the hull of a boat. Left recently, I'd say. Junk that came down the river.
We must keep searching.
Junk, junk, and more junk. Junk, junk, and more junk. Nets were attached here. Notice anything interesting?
Alas, nothing.
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Dragged some nets onto the bank, then cut them to untangle them. Lot of blood, so the corpse must have been cut up. Quartered, maybe.
It's likely they loaded the body parts onto a boat and sailed off.
Gonna dive in, check the other nets. Look at the rut. Guardsmen left this site by boat. Recent. Monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Be nice to know where they took the corpse.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsman.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water.
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he, the beast?
Seems so.
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of...
Foes.
He did. But I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt. You've struck a rope.
I understand.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time. Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive. A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
Brave enough. Of course we have.
Did you say so?
Oh, beg your pardon.
Yes, by my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited 2 men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac-Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac-Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I...
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till...
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Rossel's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Rossel's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Rossel now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Rossel he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examine.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds.
Not coming with? Oh yeah.
Some sort. Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the Palace Gardens.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story.
Rather have that chowder.
I shall be off once I finish my pate.
The cook has worked wonders as always.
Welcome. Welcome.
Normally, I'd encourage you to try our faint.
Could replace them with something else.
Replace crayfish with fish, I beg you. What next? Vinegar for wine? Parsley for thyme? Huh? Your Nordlings are a pleasant lot.
Got any gossip? Fisherman talk?
Yes, about a Nordling who...
Asked a serious question.
And a tactless one.
Show me what you got. Thanks.
Oh, dear fellow, with a fish hook like that, you must have your pick of the ladies.
Hooray me! Fiddlesticks, I'm always off. Such are the times.
What's the problem?
Invitation to a Gwent tournament, due to take place at the Pheasantry, organized by a certain Count Monnier.
What a specimen.
spores will sprout again. Should destroy the area if I want to get rid of them for good. Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry. Must still be here. Cellar. Gotta be. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Footprints. Small, bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. You. Saw you at the inn. Why'd you kill these people? Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
I cannot let you leave.
stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Third hand. A spare. Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. My body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with Ascension. So, murderer was clearly a monk, but then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need
wish to fight fiercely in your name and fiercely ask your permission to so do.
My permission
Give them just the
Do not even dare!
Always trumps me. His friends at his side.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Store is done. Go find your parents.
But the Palmerine, what about the story of Riddick and the dragon?
Our tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the Master Witcher who lent his valiant...
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Yeah.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldaccia.
Moral victory. That's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmaar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Got a bad feeling about this. Damn it. We have to help him.
Honor! Onward!
Gotta keep it down. Tell where we are when it hears us.
The beast heaved its loud and knocked into earth. And down came the Witcher in one mighty bound to give fight to the beast. It turns around! Honor! Wine and country! and the Witterton triumph against all odds! that Shelma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold!
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
It suffered enough.
The monster lies slain! The fight is done! Praised be the victors!
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help. Guillaume?
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine.
Smile as befits a hero and keeps...
Geralt, we must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly... honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop, for we must make off with Geralt. We had been long awaiting your arrival, had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him. Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
No, Your Grace. Usually we just ask for gold.
The response we expected. Thus we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information. How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knee.
So it seems.
Second murder.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws.
His body was found in a gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past...
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were...
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times, knights face new challenges. Enterprise.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerini
found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating...
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had...
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory.
wisdom by ridicule, generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds.
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to print. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the...
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed the knightly team. It was...
Your Grace, we need to find...
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the Hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some...
We must call off the game.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to... And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my... Horses? Ready our horses! Your Grace!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
Clear a path! Clear the way, I said! If this path up again. It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the Hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules. We've no time to lose. On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you... It turns around, over there, look.
Golden fish. Do I need...
Please, Geralt. It's not a Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from both. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other fish. All clear?
I must say, someone has the idea.
If one were to call a snake courageous or cowardly, what other part of the snake would one have in mind?
Did you see that white-haired fellow? Did you see that white-haired
Is it true
fellow?
Her Enlightened Highness has a boat?
Perhaps we should try to hook the goat.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey, folks. Gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Almost had it.
Is it true Her Enlightened Highness has arrived? It's Victor, Countess Laterna's steed. How fares your health, sir? It's Victor, Countess Laterna's
Cold
steed.
game's not likely to tempt a unicorn. Crispy apple. Should like that like any other damn horse. Think unicorns. Rainbows, little girls, sweets maybe.
How dare he! Scandalous!
Damn, doesn't have a sweet tooth. Damn it. Damn it. Almost had it.
Did you see that white hair?
Guards, stop him! Grab him!
Yes, call the guards!
Roach won't eat bread either, except if it's stale. Roach likes carrots. Maybe Unicorn will too.
An outrage, I tell you.
It's against the rules.
What would you say to a delicious, crunchy carrot? Easy. Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback. Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Please leave me alone.
Did someone just die?
To the woods? Please stand up.
That is
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly coursed of trace, in my domain when a soul of
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful. Don't cry,
This
dear.
is an outrage.
The Duchess will hear of this.
Yes, sir. Wine. Sunlight and positive nuisance. She can't possibly see.
Let's go! Faster.
Have you noticed all the guardsmen? Is something afoot, do you think? It's a possibility. We must keep a keen eye.
Where are you skittering off to, Silver Lane?
What's new, Silverlocks? Looking for diversion? You look thirsty.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Mice and cheese.
No, the hair is obliged to hide. Look, if we take roe, hollow it out and fill it with ease.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks. And the
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go. Wait here.
What the butch?
What was that?
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they? Duchess hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance. To stay where you were. Regenerate!
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself!
No, he's my friend.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in you.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration.
I had help from the one you...
Him? How?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought...
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I.
So that's his name.
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is...
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one...
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prop.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at...
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once in the street had offered...
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my... Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or... He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood.
Probably same thing it means to a human.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren.
Always had an overdeveloped sense.
Each vampire has a unique talent. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's up.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more.
Well, we share a cause then.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill...
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no more...
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged. We must allow the Witcher to ply his trade.
So?
Why so cross?
Greetings, sourpuss. Geralt, hail.
Talk to the commander.
Sir! Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
Dearest.
I suspect weighty affairs, rather than merely the wine festival, have drawn you to Toussaint. Perhaps you'll find time to probe a certain matter in spite of this. I recently came across the mention of one Professor Moreau, a scholar in Beauclair, who can, though the details are rather murky, as is the location. I enclose a map I found in the book I happened upon. I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you. Thus I dispatched this letter without delay. Whatever you...
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually...
Around here, it's wine, and more
Witcher?
wine. But me, I...
Patrolling on an empty stomach.
Best cure for the beast. A witcher.
Quite.
Ah!
Come. We must behave. What is they call you? Geralt.
I say, have we met?
Patrolling on an empty stomach.
The best steel in all of Toussaint. Take a guess.
Farewell.
No, see you later. The best of...
So long.
Ah, the serendipity. I'm so glad you're back.
Nice tune.
I stock the... Welcome, good sir, to do...
Show me what you got. So long. Greetings.
A witcher from the School of the Wolf.
Geralt of Rivia.
Rather. Mind you, it's no monster hunt, but I'm sure you'll be interested all the same. I'm an...
Heard of him. Never seen any.
Not quite. For I've been lucky enough to learn that their holders came to Toussaint. Alas, they then perished, but I know where.
If you know where to look.
No offense, but do I look like a rough-hewn adventurer?
No. I rather leave it to someone.
What do you have on offer? All these diagrams somehow wound up in...
Tusa was once home to Tiensail, a legendary and now deceased elfin master.
Heard about him.
And thus he charged the king's ransom for his work. Witches would take difficult, dangerous work to...
Got it. Find that.
As it happens, what he told me, we must strike a deal.
Farewell.
Good luck.
Jukko guards full of things. Now worry not and drink, drink, drink.
Gotta blow this up if I want to get rid of the Endrigas. Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet. Regis! Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be. Gotta be another way in around here. More eggs. Need to incinerate these to ash. Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll...
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megoscope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body... Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an in...
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both higher vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take.
The Hand. What do you plan to...
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became... It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct...
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope...
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no...
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their host...
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to it.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were culled to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Here, perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock... It will take them some time, nonetheless. So, perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Not really in the mood.
Geralt of Rivia, do I detect a guilty conscience?
Not about to fall for that. Forget it.
Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the comp.
You were right. No kobolds or...
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before...
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed.
No,
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be
I believe it had a relation to...
Text.
Sorry, Geralt. I try not to clutter my mind with the detail.
A specimen of a species thought long extinct. And
professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned...
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after...
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures.
What exactly did they...
The area around the estate.
Spoons.
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hawk.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some...
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some? For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit.
So, see you later. Tomes? Thought you were gonna...
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
The book of lust is hard and breaking. No one can grip the damn thing. The book of lust. No one can break the damn thing. The book of lust is hard. No one can break the damn thing.
That the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm, a message, trying to tell me something. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right. Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around. Beast eye. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship. Must have graced a rich man's table. Poor girl. Realized she was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. Poignant. Smashed mirror. As if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe? No spoon you have shall sate you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense. Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic. Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. Thousands of them here. White's been a collector for years. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. fight in its own jungle. good. Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Pretty helpful creature.
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful. As they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away...
Not sure I understand what the problem is.
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, to make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness.
Dangerous? Why?
True. But I should be highly agitated, in a state of... If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that...
How will we handle that?
That makes two of us. But worry not.
All right.
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There, beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting...
Tesha Mudna.
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, this brought trouble on the entire species.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage.
Little expedition starting to...
I understand completely.
Regis.
Ah, there you are.